You're comparing, which is makes such idiocy here, but I'm so glad you brought this up because I want to bring this up because this is important. You're comparing Chud the Bill, a white man, going up to black people and calling them racial slurs to a black guy in his lyrics using the N-word, and you're comparing the two, which makes you an imbecile. Yeah. I don't think you spent a lot of time about
this heated debate on race in America just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Brian Shapiro and Andre Williams are throwing blows over racism, crime, culture, and who's really ignoring the bigger problem. Before we get into this, YouTube shows me most of my viewers are not subscribed. Well, I have a dream that one day it'll be much larger. Subscribe for daily debate uploads. This is America only.
I mentioned the Ahmaud Arbery case. Ahmaud Arbery wasn't breaking any laws that day. He was through a construction site, which, by the way, he was legally allowed to be at. He didn't steal anything. He didn't damage anything. Then he decided to take a jog that he normally took on a daily basis. As he was taking that jog, two white men, as I like to call them, Klansmen, followed and chased him down in a truck with guns. They pointed the guns at him. They got out of their truck. And then there was a physical confrontation, because I would imagine if somebody pointed a gun at you or me in that situation, they would be very scared. He was shot and killed. He never broke any laws. And you come here today, obviously ignorant to facts in this case, because you don't want to talk about it. And you won't tell me the law.
I don't care about it at all, because it's not relevant at all. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what are you going to do if there have been word on the street in your neighborhood that people were going around breaking into cars, breaking into garages, apparently? I mean, if you have the arms, like, you are being violated. And if something physical happened once the guns were pulled, I mean, most of us know, like, we don't want to step it up when somebody pulls a gun out on you, but some people don't. Let's see what Andre Williams has to say. He's one of the good ones.
Of course you don't care, because you don't.
Brian, the reason why I'm not talking about it is simply because, guess what? I can bring up tons of examples of black men who have been chased down and hunted down simply because they are different in the community, simply because they offer something different.
I'm talking about Ahmaud Arbery, who was, I asked you a question, and I said, if an Ahmaud, first of all, I asked you two questions. I said, if Ahmaud Arbery was white, would the same thing happen? You said yes, which is insane. And then number two, I asked you,
it happened.
Well, don't go out in the country, Brian, if you don't believe in that, because, yeah, country boys, they can get pretty crazy, too.
What are you talking about? Look at Alvaro Zaruska.
I asked you. Okay, so that was a black man who slit the throat of a woman. This is a different topic that I am talking about. And I asked you
You're talking about someone going to hunt down someone on the basis of their race, right?
All right, so if the black man who murdered that woman, which was a horrible story.
Yes.
If it was race related, if the black man over her dead body called her, I don't know, a cracker or something, I would say that would be certainly relevant to the case. This was a horrible story.
He did. He said, I got that white bee. That's what he said. So
here's what I will say to that case. I hope he spends the rest of his life behind bars. It's a horrible tragedy and murder that took place. And it's terrible. It's awful. And I feel for that woman's family.
And there you go.
The fact of the matter is that when you make the case that Ahmaud Arbery deserved it, right? You made the case that Ahmaud Arbery deserved it.
I really didn't care.
You don't care.
I really didn't care.
Oh, well, that makes you an a-hole then.
I mean, it's not like anybody deserves death, but it's just like, you know, the saying goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, don't expect to walk into somebody's like house or domicile or garage for that matter without being confronted. And I think we can all agree. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people out there. So, I mean, hey, that's your gamble.
You're just a jerk. I'm sorry, dude.
No, I'm a jerk because I don't really care about that. Because I care more about. Here's why I care about. Here's what I do. Here's what I care about. Brian, that the black community has more crime and more issues per capita than any other race.
Hold on, I don't care about your stop. I don't care.
That's what I care more about. One case that was highlighted for the sake of political nature to sit back and say, though, this is the systematic racism. All that does
I didn't even bring that up. I didn't even bring that up. We talked about a man that was murdered.
I did.
Yes, it was racially motivated. And for you to say about Ahmaud Arbery that, quote, you don't care, makes you a jerk. How could you not care about an innocent person?
How is that something that I don't really care too much about? I've never really cared about the case.
Because you don't know anything about the case. That's why. You know nothing about it.
I don't have to care about the case.
Prove that. How could you, in general terms,
I don't care about the case.
In general terms.
Yeah, Brian, that's like the dumbest argument I ever heard. We don't have to care about every single case. I mean, have you watched every single episode of Unexplained Mysteries or SVU, Law and Order? If you don't, then you just don't care about those cases. See how stupid that sounds?
If an innocent human being is murdered, regardless of their color of their skin, or if they're gay or straight, do you care if innocent people are murdered? Does that bother you at all?
You're innocent people. Of course, I don't like the innocent people are murdered. I think it's something that we can all agree on morally.
Well, we don't agree. You just said you don't care about Ahmaud Arbery. Why can't you just say it's a tragedy?
Hold on, Brian. I don't have to care about Ahmaud Arbery in this entire conversation. That's what you're not getting. I don't have to care about him. I don't care to even talk about it. I don't give a damn. There are more pressing issues and more pressing concerns that matter more to me than Ahmaud Arbery. Like I said, when we have black men getting killed by other black men in the community for far less and far more often, then we don't ever hear anything being talked about that. But you want to bring up Ahmaud Arbery to bring up like, well, white men hunted this guy down. Okay, I brought up Iran Zaruska, where this black man sat back and okay, and this is the same.
Here's the difference between you.
I mean, that's why, like, you just look at the news nowadays, and it's like literally formulated for daytime television watchers. You know what I mean? They present every single case, every single incident into the media in just the most dramatic way. It's just like TV show advertisements, commercials and stuff like that. Like, oh, next week on Race in America, somebody died for trying to pass a fake $20 bill and then swallowed a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's just so stupid. I mean, just opt out of the whole news matrix.
Here's the difference. There's a lot of difference. Hold on, Andre. There's a lot of differences between me and you, but in this specific situation, in the context of what we're talking about, what happened to her was awful. I hope the guy that did this to her goes to jail for the rest of his life or gets the death penalty. As far as the people who did this to Ahmaud Arbery, just as awful. They committed murder. I wish they got the death penalty. Why can't you say, as I do, that I care about any innocent individual?
Let's go. Hold on. So hold on. I want you to do this right now. What happened that led to that? Did they just chase him down because he was black? That was it?
So in their defense, and by the way, also double murder, okay? But in their defense, what their defense attorneys were trying to say in phone calls that they had with one another is they believed that there were black people in the neighborhood that were committing crimes and stealing stuff, okay? Ahmaud Arbery wasn't doing anything like that day. He wasn't breaking the law. And for them to chase after this guy
was this in?
I don't remember the city that it was in, but it was a very white southern city with a bunch of white folk. And by the way, here's something else, because you don't know anything.
It's just common for black people to go and steal. It was common for black people to go into white areas and steal. This is something that is very glorified.
Guess what? Ahmaud Arbery, again, completely irrelevant, because Ahmaud Arbery, just because you...
How is that irrelevant? Hold on. How is that irrelevant?
I will tell you why. Just because you think that black people are committing crimes in that area doesn't mean that you can hunt down an innocent black person for doing nothing wrong that day.
All right, everybody, you heard it. Party in Brian Shapiro's garage. It's going to be a real hood one, too. I'm going to bring some of my friends from Flint with me.
Nobody says it at all. Here's what I'm saying, Brian. Here's what I'm talking about. When we look at culturally, there's a reason for why people may have these opinions, and that's something that black people have to deal with, honestly. And we have to address these issues. That's what I'm talking about. And wasn't it, from what I remember, it was either he stole something from a construction site or he was jogging and he was in Liberia.
Again, you're talking about a case.
Listen, this is something I've heard. I'm remembering the case that this is something that was notable in the case. Honestly, I really don't even care about it too much.
I know you don't care. I know you don't care.
Why should I care? Brian, tell me why should I care about it? Tell me why I should care about it.
Sure. I'll give you the best answer that I can. Unlike you, I don't care what the color of somebody's skin is or their gender or their sexuality.
If you're talking about color.
If somebody's the victim of a crime, in this case, murder, I feel for them and their families if they're an innocent person. Ahmaud Arbery was an innocent young man jogging down the street. And for you to say immediately, I don't care, makes you a moron, quite frankly, sir.
Just because Ahmaud Arbery was a jogger, as you put it, doesn't mean you should just stop into people's garages, man. I'm sorry. Not a good enough excuse.
It makes me a moron because I don't care about the case.
No, it makes you a moron because you don't.
Why do I have to care about it?
Because an innocent person was killed, and anytime, anywhere in society that innocent people are killed. It could be in Iran, it could be in Israel, it could be in Ukraine, or it can be an innocent child that is murdered, no matter who it is.
Okay.
I don't want innocent people to lose their lives. And for you to say, I don't care, makes you a jerk. And it goes fundamentally to the start of this conversation. You don't care about innocent people that are killed if it doesn't fit your narrative.
I do. What are you talking about?
No, you don't.
I do.
You just said, do you care that Ahmaud Arbery was murdered? You don't. You've said it multiple times.
No, I don't care about the case.
Right.
I don't have to care about the case. Just because I don't, hold on, Brian, just because I don't care about one case you brought up doesn't mean that I don't care about innocent people. It's not about a case.
It's about an innocent person that was murdered. Why can't you just say,
okay, why do I have to care about that? Why do I have to care about that?
It's not that you have to care about it. I'm proving that you don't have to care about anything. I'm proving the point that you're someone
because I don't care about Ahmaud Arbery's death, right, or his murder or whatever. That means I'm a horrible person and I don't care about innocent people.
I don't think you're a good guy. No, I don't think you have a heart.
So why am I not a good guy? I don't have a heart when I care about. Hold on. I don't have a heart, but I talk about how black people have a problem culturally.
You make money
I'm tired of being represented poorly by black people. I don't make money off of that, buddy.
What do you do to help?
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. It's very unfortunate what a lot of Black Americans have to go through. I mean, again, I grew up in Flint, Michigan, so very diverse, let's just say. And yeah, you see it. I mean, it's almost like they whisper you in secret, like, hey, I agree with you, but I can't show it publicly. On all sorts of issues. You know, they're a lot more based and conservative than the media lets us believe, or, you know, the culture itself. It's like crabs in a bucket. They don't want you to leave. And if you do, then they take your black card, as they say.
Money. You know, let me tell you this. I don't make money off of that. What do I do? I serve my country. I go out in the community. I talk to people. I sit back. I passed out food to homeless people. I've done things in my community. I've done things with my family who's given stuff to my community. I've sat back and played an active role in my community. Don't sit back and say that I have not, or sit back and try to disparage anything that I've done. Here's what I'm telling you, Brian. Hold on. Brian, here's what I'm telling you. Someone like you has never been around the actual black people I talk about.
Not true.
This is why I say I don't care, because no, you really haven't. No, you really haven't. You could not walk. Let me tell you this. You could not sit back. And if I went and took you to Detroit, or took you to the south side of Chicago, or took you somewhere to Richmond, or, you know, different parts of DC and so on, the more predominantly black areas of this country, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like the sites. Like, I have to sit back and
lose all credibility when you.
This is the problem. There's no losing credibility. My credibility is very sound here.
Andre, you got to let me respond. So first of all, you defended Chud the Builder. You said you don't care about Ahmaud Arbery. You constantly call black people the N-word. You've defended George Zimmerman. You've said Trayvon Martin deserved it. And you voted for Donald Trump, okay? You're not a serious person. And by the way, I respect—
I'm not a serious person. How am I not a serious person because of all that?
I'll tell you why. First of all, I respect your service to this country, as I would say that about anybody who risks their life for this country. I respect anybody's service to this country. That's not up for argument. But when you go on social media and you use homophobic slurs and you call people the N-word, not as a loving experiment.
Yeah, I respect your service for the country, but I don't respect your freedoms that your service allows us to have. Good one, Brian. Very good one.
But you do that and you defend the indefensible. Chud the Builder, you defend a guy who literally has—
How is that indefensible?
He's made a living going up to black people and calling them racial slurs, and you're defending him.
So do black rappers. So do black rappers.
Oh, really?
Wait,
hold on. Let's talk about that. You're comparing, which is makes such idiocy here, but I'm so glad you brought this up because I want to bring this up because this is important. You're comparing Chud the Builder, a white man, going up to black people and calling them racial slurs, to a black guy in his lyrics using the N-word, and you're comparing the two, which makes you an imbecile. I don't think you spend a lot of time.
I'm comparing the two. You know, yes, I do. You don't know why?
You do it all.
That music glorifies violence.
I think you spend a lot of time around MAGA supporters.
The music. Hold on. Guess what? No one's talking about MAGA supporters. You keep trying to bring us back to Republican, Democrat, Donald Trump. I really don't care about that, which I told you over the phone. You know, I really don't care about that. That's really like something that's far from me.
You voted for Donald Trump.
I care more about what's closest to my interest than like, oh, the person I vote for. It really doesn't matter to me at the end of the day. This whole political party garbage has brought us where in this country? Nowhere. The political parties in this country are controlled by the same elite class that screw both you and I over.
Wow, it takes a long time sometimes to get through to some of these people. I don't know if I got through to him or not.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. We just watched Andre Williams completely decimate Brian Shapiro on the topic of race in America and black culture. If you like videos like this, please make sure you like and subscribe. YouTube shows me that only about 1.4% of you guys are actually subscribed viewers, so I thank you for that. I thank you for watching, and as always, it's not America first or America last, but America only. Catch you on the next one.